All right, Shalom. This is Hara One by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, located right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakah Kodash Ma'amaf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nagwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Today's lesson is going to be dealing with this madness right here. As of today, July 3rd, going into the 4th, I think it's supposed to last until next Thursday. They have something coming up called the UFO Festivals. Oh shit, what's that? Okay, UFO Festival. All right. Um, and now, so this UFO Festival um, has become a part of their traditions, right? So I guess I just want to see something. All right. So now, I want to start off with this one. This is Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. That's what this is. This is vain deceit. All right, it's just vain, vanity. They're talking about aliens and grays. You know, got all kind of madness out there at this upcoming festival in Roswell. I think preparing for annual UFO festival. It's just another way for that town to make money, corporations to make money. All right. Um, they got this image of a demon with this. Not to say this is what demons look like, but this is what Esau portrayed them as in their own wicked imagination. All right. But we know, according to the scriptures, the angels look like Israelites. They look like men, but they're angels. They're spirit. All right. They don't have flesh. Okay. But they look like men. Just like when Gabriel came to meet um, Mary, she said she saw a man, looked like a priest, came to her door to talk to her. Right? Who was that? Tobit. He was speaking to Raphael, the angel, one of the top archangels. He like a man from Naphtali, if I'm not mistaken, the tribe of Naphtali. So the angels look like us. They don't look like little weird creatures like ET. So it says, "Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit." That's what this is. It's deceit for no damn reason. It's like they don't even have a true purpose behind it to cover up the truth about the angels, maybe. But yeah, it's just vain deceit that people fall into. All right. After the tradition of men, tradition goes into their festivals as well. After the rudiments of the world and not after Yahushua, man. Because following after Yahushua, he tells you that in the Revelations, when he gave the vision to John the Revelator, um, that you're going to see the angels show up with him. Look at that real quick. Go there real fast. Where is it at? Sorry, Salakia. Mm, all right, let me get that. My bad. Here you go. Revelation 19 and um, 14. All right. I'm going to 11. And I saw heaven opened, Revelation 19:11. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. See, Yahweh Shai is going to return on what's called a chariot, or what they call UFOs. All right. Let me see. Let me pull this up. All right. When he returns, this is how he's going to look. You know, like a so-called Negro. All right. A mighty man, a God, Yahweh Shai. Looks like a man from Judah. All right. Righteous. Not gonna look like no little creature, no alien man, or no little Cupid, naked little Edomite baby. Okay, and damn sure ain't gonna look like somebody from the that '70s show, like a hippie. All right, when he returns, he gonna most so look like this: white and woolly beard, dark brown skin, and a garment clothed down to the foot, red eyes, and an afro, and a beard. You know, so where was that? Let's go here. All right. So this is coming up, I think today, UFO Festival in Roswell. It's like nationwide as well too. It's like UFO Day. So Revelation 19:11, and behold, a white horse, that's a chariot, right, representing righteousness, and it's going to be dazzling, sparkling. And he that sat upon him was called faithful and true, and in righteousness he doeth judge and make war. It's talking about Yahushua. All right. I'm gonna go back to this to give a better view. Let's go here. So this is not him, of course, but it's just a depiction of what the scriptures say he's going to look like. All right. Um, his eyes were as a flame of fire, representing the judgment that's on his mind, and on his head were many crowns. He's going to conquer all these nations when he shows up to destroy Babylon, and or Esau, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. Right. So we experienced him as faithful, true, the judge. But now we're going to see him as um, glorified. All right. And the only one's going to know him is the elect. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name was called, is called the Word of Yahweh. This is another title for him, Yahweh Shai. He's the living Word, the first spirit created from Yahweh. All right. With a direct message and judgments, prophecies from Yahweh. And the armies which were in heaven, so the armies, these are armies of angels that were in the fourth dimension in the heavens. That's where they come from, the spiritual realm. All right. Followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. All right. So clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Now let's see what Second Maccabees. Let's see what Antiochus Epiphanes had to say when he saw the chariots doing like military drills and provoking them back in 169 BC when Antiochus Epiphanes, the Edomite, was on his way to persecute the Israelites. All right, during the time of the Maccabees. It says here, Second Maccabees 5:1, and about the same time, Antiochus prepared his second voyage into Egypt. So his second voyage was around 168 BC. And then it happened that through all the city, for the space of almost 40 days, for like a whole month, this was happening. There were seen horsemen. So what do the angels look like? Men. They didn't say horse aliens, little green men. couldn't see them. No, he saw them. He said they look like horsemen, meaning men that ride horses. All right, that were controlling these vehicles in the sky. So, and troops of horsemen in array, encountering and running one against another, with shaking of shields and multitude of pikes and drawing of swords and casting of darts and glittering of golden ornaments and harness of all sorts. Wherefore every man prayed that the apparition might turn to good. It looked ghostly, all right, because they're from another dimension. So the chariots, they're gonna look like uh, what they call UFOs or disc flying saucers or pillars. But then inside of those chariots or upon those chariots are so-called uh, um, they look like so-called Negroes. You know, they're gonna have color to them, and these are the angels. And Yahweh Shai is the top one. All right, and it tells you they look like what men, and we can go to Ezekiel 1 for that as well. I'm gonna go to it briefly. Let me see Ezekiel 1. Ezekiel 1 and 1. It says, "Now it came to pass in the 30th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Kibar, that the heavens were open, and I saw visions of Yahweh." So nobody really saw Yahweh with their plain eyes. They only saw the Most High through visions. All right, except for Yahweh Shai, he looked right at Yahweh. So, um, what's that? The 30th year, that would be uh 592 BC. All right, with during the time of Ezekiel. And the word of Yahweh came expressly unto Ezekiel, the priest, the son of Buzai, in the land of the Chaldeans, excuse me, by the river Kabar, and the hand of Yahweh was there upon him, giving him visions. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, giant chariot like on Independence Day, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, meaning it was moving forward, like burning up the elements as the chariot was moving forward. And it was rotating, and a brightness was about it, so it was glowing. All right, and we call them white chariots. They were dazzling, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber. You see that? So it looked like amber. These specific chariots, like a yellowish hue to it. Out of the midst of the fire, and also out of the midst there came the likeness of 4 living creatures. So these were 4 creatures. Just means creations or beings. We are creatures as well. All right. He said the creature was made subject unto vanity. So that creature represents Israel. All right. Not willingly, you know. So we're the creation. Yahweh Shai is the creation. Um. So now the 4 living creatures, man, but they're not human. And this was their appearance, though. So how did they look? They had the likeness of a man. Period, man. They don't say little green aliens, little big head aliens, and none of that. Look like E.T. Right? Remember that movie E.T. And they came out with that to deceive as well. That was around what 1982. All right, right at the I think there was a financial collapse around that time. All right, started putting it in the movie theaters to distract the people from what was really going on, allegedly. All right, economic crash of 1981. Yeah, it was 1981 and 1982. You had the recession, was a severe economic downturn in the United States lasting from July 1981 to November 1982. So the movie theater, just like TV today, just like the internet, was set up to what? To push agendas, to push entertainment, which entertainment is set up for the distraction. All right, keep people docile. Then they came out with this madness. This is abomination. That's why the scriptures call. Let me get that real quick. That's why the scriptures call this place Babylon. This right here, Revelation 17 and 5. Um, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great. That's why they say make America great again. That's this place, Babylon the Great. It's a mystery that this place is Babylon. The mother of harlots, man. See, birthing as is the mother, so is the daughter. So the people that follow the lies that are generated through this place, Babylon, then they become harlots, idolaters. It says, and the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth, man. Pushing this damn theory of aliens out into the whole world, man. You know, this is the starting point right here in or in Sweden too, but also in America. All right. This is where they project their ideas from. This is where they push all the imaginations of the dragon over in Europe, right? Esau. So they put this over here. We grew up seeing this, and you think we start thinking that's out there in space as well. Flight of the Navigator. Um, there's some good movies portrayals, but it says this. Did I read that? Okay, get this right here. Damn it. So it says First Corinthians 2:9. Who made this? I think it was Steven Spielberg, if I'm not mistaken. No, who was the director? Steven Spielberg. All right, directed by Steven Spielberg. He's known as one of the best the best movie directors out there. But check this out. But as it is written, eyes have not seen, nor ears heard, neither have entered into the heart of man. So into the heart of Steven Spielberg it has never entered his mind the things which Yahweh have prepared for them that love him. So he has no idea what the angels truly look like, what's out in the heavens, you know. So Steven Spielberg couldn't even generate a movie with graphics, you know. Um, Let me get that real quick. So damn AI couldn't come up with it. All right, so Second Ezra 9 and 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs, special effect. So there's no special effects that Steven Spielberg and his crew, AI technology, Quentin Tarantino, whoever you could think of, they cannot imagine what the kingdom is going to be like, what the chariots truly uh, are, and what they look like, or the angels. They have no idea. See, this is it right here. Watch. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. All right, these people are going to get caught off guard, especially people like this right here. I'm going to show you. Look at this. Look at Jake. Look at Jake. Got the glasses on. See? And you got people like Future and them, these rappers, they be, I'm a Martian, I'm an alien. Lil Wayne. Take off for Roswell. Join the Roswell UFO Festival July 4th for a cosmic celebration with live music, outdoor movies, and kids zone and intergalactic surprises. But nothing coming from outer space. What are you talking about? Intergalactic? It's imaginary. It's fiction. It all comes from fiction. See right here. Look at this. It says, who started talking about the gray aliens first? Little big head green aliens. The popular image of gray aliens is believed to have originated with the 1933, going back to the first crash, all right, Great Depression, 1930s, right? But 1933, Swedish, which is Esau, Edom, science fiction novel. Fiction means fake. All right, they were reading the novels over there in Europe. The Unknown Danger, that's what it was called. It was a novel called The Unknown Danger, where they first started talking about grays and aliens and creatures out there. All right. And it was this Edomite right here that started it. I'm gonna show you. See, he started the lie because there was many instances in the history, 1940s, 1800s, 1500s. The Roman Empire, where even going back to the Greeks with Antiochus Epiphanes, even Ezekiel in Babylon, where they saw chariots, UFOs. You know, but he came up with this whole lie. Um, in the 1940s, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 1940s. All right. So in 1933, my bad. Here you go. 1933, Swedish science fiction novel. That's deep, man. All right. The word science just means knowledge. So here you go. This is First Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. That we become trustees with the word, with the faith. Avoiding profane and vain babblings. These are saying there's green aliens out there is profane and vain babblings from people like this guy here. All right, profane and vain babblings like this, like what happened in the 1930s, and oppositions of science, falsely so called. So people come up and argue with you saying there's aliens out there, when that's nothing but science fiction, which is false knowledge. All right. It shouldn't be called knowledge at all because it's false. It's vanity. So the book was called The Unknown Danger by Gustav Sandgren. Sandgren. Um, where he describes a short, gray-skinned, large-eyed extraterrestrials. It's crazy. While the concept of extraterrestrial life has been around for much longer, this knowledge is cited as a key early influence on the popular depiction of gray aliens. So that's where they got their knowledge from and their foundation of it from people like that. All right. In his novel, Sandgren, whatever his name is, uh, depicted aliens with large, dark, gleaming eyes, short stature, and gray clothing, creating a prototype for the modern gray alien image, like a demon. While Sandgren novel provided the initial description, the concept of alien abduction gained traction with the 1961 Betty and Barney Hill case, which involved alleged abduction of gray aliens. See that? They start talking about abductions and see, create the fear factor behind it. But now they got a festival. Look at that. See, it's madness. All right. Movies like Close Encounters. So the movies they push the thoughts into people's mind of the third kind, and E.T. the extraterrestrial also contributed to the widespread adoption of gray alien archetype using variations on the 1950s and 1960s depictions, man. So they had different variations of these aliens, which is still nothing but vanity. All right. So these are vain images. So he could Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, 5:2, and when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. So far, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Who is talking about? The Israelites. So far beyond all that they look for. They're not looking for this to come out the sky. All right, they're thinking that Edomite gonna come out the sky. They're thinking about little green aliens. They think about Cupid. They think about a meteor hitting. There's so much confusion they got going on. So far beyond all that they're looking for. All right. So let's go here. Let me use this as a backdrop real quick. Look at this fool. Get something for that. That's right, because Babylon, aka the USA, has played a major part in deceiving the minds of the people on this earth. All right, pushing out and amplifying these lies through their movies. All right. This is Second Thessalonians 2:7. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way, man. So him, it says the ones, Esau, the one that's stopping the truth, that's what they're here for. They're like a cancer or something that's damned, stops the flow of water. They created the lies. He is a liar and the father of it. And we come to fight against that. All right, spiritual battle and tearing down strongholds on our people. Vain strongholds too, vain babblings. For the mystery of iniquity, Esau is the mystery of iniquity, and they've been pushing out their lies as a conglomerate. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. That means the one that's not letting the truth reign free like it could, is always in the way. That's Edom, and because we telling you, Yahushua look like a so-called Negro with white woolly hair, 10 foot tall, maybe. He's like a god. He is a god under Yahweh. Then you have um, the angels that look like men as well. But Esau put all these different lies out there, trying to confuse the situation. All right. And verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed. So we're revealing that their wickedness now in these last days, that they're the father of lies, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. So that their lies are being consumed with the truth, right, through the spirit, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Okay. So when these angels show up, there's going to be war in heaven. So all right, and this is how they're going to look once again. Uh, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, and that's people like this, right? Look at all that. This is the workings of Satan right here, the adversary that contends against the truth, right? Um, with all power and signs and lying wonders. These are them lying wonders, man. Look at that. Lying wonders. All right. And they even got Project Bluebeam about to get loose soon as well. Yeah, then you had this right here from Aleister Crowley. He drew a depiction of a gray alien that he saw in a dream or a vision or some shit. He saw it in his room or something. And the Masons went along with it. This one right here. All right, this is something that Aleister Crowley drew, which is a demon. Crowley. Yeah. All right. So Aleister Crowley, they called it whatever that name right there. It was a drawing by Aleister Crowley. He drew a picture of some vain bullshit. All right. So this is all madness right here. But still in all, you're gonna have some of our people that follow after it. Somewhere in there, you're gonna see Jake. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth. That's the spirit that's fighting against the lies, the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion. This is strong delusion, Jake, right here, that they might believe a lie. So he clearly believed it. Tree bears its fruits, right? That they all might be damned who believe not the truth. So what does that say about these people right here? Going to this festival, all right, that believe what? Not the truth, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness, going to these festivals. Right? They have a pleasure in it, see? In wickedness. And they celebrate it. All right. So it's coming up. This is a festival they throwing is nothing but vain lies, fables. Let me get that real quick. Why not? This is 2 Peter 1:16. For we have not followed cunningly devised fables, man. These were cunningly devised lies, fiction, fables, cunningly, crafty, sneaky, deceivingly. When we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai, but were eyewitnesses of his majesty. You talking about something coming from the heavens, you're supposed to speak the truth about it. And the truth is that Yahweh Shai is returning, being sent by Yahweh with his holy angels, and they're in those chariots or on the chariots, controlling them. And there are no aliens out there. All right. The word alien just means like stranger. So we're all aliens in that sense. Even Israel had became alienated from the fact that they were Israelites. You see that? Yeah, so spiritually, this guy is an alien here. He damn sure an alien. And the ET is going to be Yahweh Shai, the extraterrestrial. All right. So let's read this. Matthew 6:23, 22. The light of the body is the eye, meaning your mind, and what you see, your visions. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But you'll have somebody out there with green alien glasses on and a head. Next thing you know, they on Easter, they wearing the damn Easter bunny shit. Christmas, they dressed up like Santa. They're all over the place. How great is that darkness, right? But if your eye is single, you're just gonna be an Israelite in the truth. That's it. But if thine eye be evil, so your mind is evil, thy whole body shall be full of that darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? It get weird. You see that? All right. So I'm gonna end it there. Get this one. Isaiah 34, because that's why this is coming to this place. Um, Isaiah 34 and 11. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. All right. So they can have their parades and their festivals now, mocking the Lord, disrespecting him, knowingly or unknowingly. Isaiah 34 and 10. It shall not be quenched day nor night. What? The fire that's coming to this place. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, meaning for uh, real high into the sky, called a mushroom cloud. From generation to generation, it shall lie waste. All right. So none shall pass through it forever and ever. Ain't gonna be no more festivals and parade, parades, etc., etc. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. It's gonna be like a desert, a swamp of lava, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness, man. All right, so the Lord gonna match you for your science fiction and vain babblings. He gonna give you stones of emptiness and let's say the line of confusion. Say this is the place of confusion. All right, the mother of harlots, Babylon. All right, so yeah, so they supposed to have their little festival coming up. I think today or tomorrow. And it's nothing but more vanity upon this earth, man. And the Lord Yahweh is gonna put an end to it soon. With that, I'm gonna say Shalom.